Hello guys, this week we're going to be looking at multiplying and dividing rational expressions. This is a new topic, so if you do need any additional help, make sure you attend any of the teacher tutorials offered this week. All right. So for this steps, when we are multiplying rational expressions, the first thing you're going to want to do is factor everything. Break down everything into prime factors. 2, cancel out any common factors. In numerator and denominator. So one of the factors has to be in any of the numerators. The other one has to be in any of the denominators. That's the only time that you can cancel out factors. Make sure you're crossing out factors and not terms. The last thing that you'll do is to multiply straight across. And the reason why we do this is because the word rational means fraction. And how we multiply fractions is we multiply them straight across. When we're dividing, well, again, rational means fraction. And when we're dividing a fraction, the first thing we do is keep, change, flip. So you're going to do that. And then the second thing is to repeat the steps for multiplying. Okay. A rational expression is a ratio of two polynomial expressions, or basically a fraction. So if you look at 8 divided by 12, 8 is a term, not a factor. The factors of 8 are 2 times 2 times 2. Those are the factors. The factors of 12 are 2 times 2 times 3. Break down your numbers into prime factors. Since you have only numbers here, you can only break it down into the prime factors of that number. Now you can cancel out any factors that are both in the numerator and denominator. So if you see this 2, there's one in the numerator and one in the denominator. This 2, there's one in the numerator, one in the denominator. This 2, there's only one left. There's only one 3 left, so 8 over 12 is 2/3. Now right here, we have a rational expression. So we have x squared minus 4x plus 3 divided by x squared minus 6x plus 5. I know that you want to do this and cross these out, but x squared, not a factor. It is a term. You cannot cross out terms. You can only cross out factors. So that's why the first rule or first step is to factor everything. The numerator, x squared minus 4x plus 3, we need to factor that. The factors of that are x minus 1, x minus 3. The factors of the denominator, x minus 5, x minus 1. These are factors. And if you don't know how to factor, you need to review over factoring because this requires a lot of factoring. Now, x minus 1 is a factor. I have one in the numerator, and I have the same factor in the denominator. I don't have any other common factors, so my answer is x minus 3 divided by x minus 5. And that is simplified. Now let's get into actually multiplying. So I have two rational expressions here. We're going to first factor. So if you factor 6c, the factors of 6 are 2 times 3 and then times c. There's no plus or minus here. That's why I can do this. I can break it up into just that. For 5d, I have 5 times d. 5 is prime. Times, for 15, the factors are 3 times 5 times c times d times d. 8, 2 times 2 times 2 times a. Now we look for common factors in the numerator and denominator. I have a 2 here in the numerator. I have a 2 here in the denominator. Even though the 2 isn't over here on the left side with this fraction, any number in the numerator cancels out with any number in the denominator. It does not matter where it is. I look for a 3 in the denominator, don't have one. I look for a C in the denominator, don't have one. I already know I don't have a 3. I do have a 5, so I can cross that out. I don't have a C. I have a D. Don't have this, and then that's it. So I did have a 3 here and a 3 here, both in the numerator. Can't cross them out. One needs to be in the numerator, the other one in the denominator. So what I have left is 3C, 3C, D, which is 9C squared D. In the denominator, I have 2 2's and an A, so that's 4A. And that is fully simplified. Next one, now we have a polynomial expression. Again, you're going to want to factor everything. So if I factor the numerator here, x minus 8, x plus 2. Look over factoring if you're not comfortable with factoring yet. Denominator would be x minus 8 times x minus 8. Here I have x minus 8 is already prime. And in the denominator, x plus 3, x plus 2. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and factor. Now I've done the shortcut to factoring because we focused on factoring a lot. You should know how to do that. I'm not going to go over that again in this lesson, but I did post videos on it 2 weeks ago, so go back and check that out. X minus 8 here and here, x plus 2 here and here, and another x minus 8 here and here. I don't have anything left in the numerator, so that means if everything canceled out in the numerator, I have to have something there. So I'm going to put a 1 there. It's a 1 that's left there. In the denominator, I just have x minus 3, or x plus 3, so it's 1 over x plus 3 in the denominator. Okay. With dividing, you're going to keep change it to multiplication, then flip the second fraction. Okay, now you factor. If you do not see plus or minus signs, you can simply factor 18 down to its prime numbers, which the factors of 18, 2 times 3 times 3 times x times y times y times y. Over 7 is prime, a times b times b. Times, I already flipped this fraction, so this was 7 times 5 times a times b. And 12 is 2 times 3 times x times y. Factor out are your common factors. I have 2 2's, a 3, x and this x, 1 of the y's, 7, 2 a's, and 1 b. Okay, so I have a 3 left, I have 2 y's left, and a 5. That would be 15 y squared. Denominator, a b, a 2, and an x, so 2bx. And that's it. Okay, last one, x squared minus 16, that's a difference of 2 squares, x plus 4, x minus 4. The denominator, greatest common factor there is 12 times y plus 3 times, I'm going to flip this fraction around. This would be y minus 6, y plus 3, x minus 8, and x minus 4. And then just in case, 12 right here, it's a factor. It was the greatest common factor. It was GCF. 12 is really 2 times 2 times 3. So just in case I can cancel it out with another 2 or another 3 in the numerator, you want to factor it out like that. But if not, well, I have an x plus 4. Don't have an x plus 4 in the denominator. X minus 4 I do. Y minus 6 I don't. Y plus 3 I do. And that's what we have. So in the numerator, I still have a x plus 4 and a y minus 6. I have this left and this left. In the denominator, I have 2, 2, and 3, which is back to 12. And then x minus 8. Now, I know that 12 ended up being 12 here, but just in case it were to cancel, any of those factors were to cancel out with anything in the numerators, you want to turn everything into a prime factor. And 12 isn't prime. So your final answer is this. Okay, so look over the tutorial schedule if you need to, if you are confused with any of these steps. If not, good luck.